Hey y'all, so as you can see the title, we are doing a full head of Brazilian knots with no leave out. And this is the hair that we started with. I shampooed her hair and blew it out. It was pretty short, but once you stretch it out, this is how long her hair is when it's stretched out. And she didn't want any chemical service, and she wanted me to take care of three things. Number one, she didn't want to wear wigs anymore. She didn't want anything that was covering her scalp. Okay. And number two, she wanted low maintenance, something where she can just fluff the curls, put some products in it, it curls, and wet it, and she goes. And then number three, she wanted me to be able to cover her area on the side where you can see um, she suffered a lot of breakage from wearing a lot of wigs. And she wanted something where she would not have to worry about wearing wigs. She wanted her scalp to breathe and wanted low maintenance. And the Brazilian nut is what she chose. She actually found me on YouTube by watching one of my videos, and she said, "This is what I want. This is what I saw on your channel, and I want something that's going to cover my edges and something where I won't have to worry about covering the side and, low maintenance." So she knew what she was getting herself into. Now, I know some of you who have watched previously some of my videos and have commented on some of my videos will say, "Oh, well, why don't you give her K-tip?" K-tips are not low maintenance. Yes, they are lightweight. They are easier for, anyone who has finer hair, but they require maintenance. And if you are not a maintenance type of person, if you are not someone who spend a lot of time, or you don't like spending a lot of time on doing your hair, K-tip is not for you. And as I said, she knew exactly what she wanted. All I did was give her what she wanted. So with hair, with no leave out, that means there's very little hair is around the perimeter. And for her, since we are covering her area of concern, which are her edges, um, there's no need for me to have a leave out. Um, I did leave a little bit closer to her area that are thin, like the hair that was super fine, still trying to recover from all the tension that it had before. You'll see as I move up that I leave some of that hair out a little bit, but my goal is to cover the hair. So it's going to look like braids. Okay, so for all of you that are watching, you just brace yourself. When I get to the end, there is no hair left out, and you're going to see the knots, and she is prepared for that. That is not something that she care about. Most people who get a full head done, and when they don't want none of their hair out to cover, like a leave out for a sew-in, they don't care if the knot is showing. And with curly hair, as the hair grows out, the parts kind of fill in. So the way it looked brand new is not the same like 2 weeks later. 2 weeks later, as your hair actually start to grow in a little bit, the part closes. So it actually looks very natural. So this is for people with shorter hair. If you have short hair and you want Brazilian knot and you want no hair out, this is how I do it, and this is how it ends up looking. Um, I want to say we used 3 bundles. I don't remember. I'm trying to see the hair that's on the wall, how many bundles I had up there, but right now I only see 1 bundle, and I think it was 3 bundles. So I'm using 1 bundle. That there's 2 more there because I'm looking at the amount of hair she had left. The amount of hair left for me to put in the knots, and I think it was 3 bundles. Now my assistant is there working with me, so she is passing me the hair so that I could just move really fast. Um, this lovely lady client of mine was just, she was such a joy to have. Just the conversation that we shared, from family, relationship, food, children. I mean, she was just a blessing to have in my chair, and I'm truly grateful. Um, her hair is, it's not a kinky, tight curl pattern, but it's enough that once she shampoos that hair, her hair is going to revert back to super tight, I mean, super short curl, right? So you're not going to see her hair at this length when it's wet and curly. She's going to wear it wet and curly. Okay, so this is the second bundle. So we did use 3 bundles. All right. So for this full head is 3 bundles, and the bundles were 16 inches long. So a full head, you will need about 3 bundles. All right. So I wanted to make sure I knew that one, and then I made sure that I let you guys know so that if you're watching the video and you want to do the exact same thing, you will need 3 bundles. And I did provide the hair. So this is my Nubian curls hair, my Nubian curly hair, and we used 3 bundles. So as you can see, I left a little bit more hair out on the side that I didn't want to touch. This is an area where I felt like, some of the hair is still too fine for me to pick up on. Even though when I do the Brazilian knot, it is not tight. It's super comfortable. 90% of people who have gotten this done by me say that it's not tight. And the other, 10%, those are like really tender-headed people. They felt it. They felt the tension of it, but it was not uncomfortable. So, and when I say tension, meaning, they felt me doing it, but once I let it go, they didn't feel too much to complain or, to have any type of concern. So as you can see me moving up, I did push some of the hair on the side forward so that it's not for coverage, but it's just hair that is very fine that does not need to be in the knot, and it will be slicked back with some edge control. So when I get to when I finish it all, you'll see exactly what I did. So as I move up to the top, the knots do get a little bit smaller, especially if we are doing a full head. I try to fill it in a little bit more, but I I truly work with what I have. So if you have a lot more hair, it is very easy for me to do something where I can cover the parts a little bit. And then if you don't, that's fine. You just have to have the expectation that it is going to show, and if you are okay with it showing, I will work with what you give me and make it look good based on what we're working with. So she didn't care about whether the knots were showing at the top. What she wanted is the freedom to actually have hair on her head without worrying about a wig, something falling off, or something putting so much pressure on her edges to where she has lost a lot of hair. So right now, this is going to give her the freedom to massage her thinning area, to nurture it, back to health and get her hair to grow back. And with the way I am positioning the knots, it is forward, so it falls over her face and it covers her edges a little bit more than what she was normally dealing with. So I am pretty much done. I've gotten to the top, and the goal was to give her something that is low maintenance. She doesn't have to worry about wearing a wig, and her edges are covered, and she will have time to nurture her edges back to health. And you know, this is the hair, and I'm showing her how she can move to a side part,
Gym
a
hair.
middle part, you know. And she was really happy. She was
It's a
feeling it.
perfect length too.
Um,
16. How do you feel today? How do you
to
like this
me,
new
this is the way
hairstyle?
to go. If you want
She got some
something,
hair,
you know,
y'all.
that is low maintenance, and you're trying to get away from wearing wigs, and you know, something
Really?
similar to braids, this is what we did.
It's so soft. I guess I didn't expect for her. The hair to be so soft.
Did you say it's so soft?
It's so soft. Like it grew out of my scalp.
It
It
did.
did.
I probably shouldn't. I know I shouldn't, but at this point, why not?
So when you want it bigger, just comb it out.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna.
This pattern is everything. I love it.
So as you can see, she is able to, you know, enjoy the hair without the worries of wearing a wig. So if you are a wig wearer, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When you're wearing wigs, you're very conscious about, you know, it's sliding off, pulling back a little bit too much of your natural hair. So this is something that is going to give her the freedom to work with her own hair. So here, all I'm doing is just, I'm just using water. I don't use a lot of curling product when I do curly hair because everybody is very picky when it comes to curly hair products. And I refuse to buy a million products to accommodate everybody's need when it comes to curly hair. So I use a little bit of Uncle Funky's curling cream and water. And sometimes I will also use mousse and a serum. But most people have, you know, they have their little chemistry lab at home. You know, they use a whole bunch of products. And these curls, they actually get tighter and prettier. So me wetting it with water before she left the salon was to kind of give her an idea of what it looks like and how she can make it curlier at home. You know, so this is just kind of like you leaving the salon and you have an idea of when you use your own product what it's going to look like. So I did use some of my curling cream in a little section of the hair so that she has an idea, because some people don't like their hair to be too curly and they don't like too many products on their hair because some of the products will kind of break you out in the face, and some people want their hair to be big the next day and they don't want it to, you know, restricted. So curly product is a preference, so I try to keep it simple. And she understood what I was doing and what I did. I did, you know, her edges. Listen, she was very happy. And I wear wigs too, so I understand when you take your wig off, the feeling, the freedom that she get from not having to wear a wig. So knowing that it's something that is attached to her scalp, you know, you can match that feeling. Now, if you're new here and you want to know um how long this lasts, so this is, you know, if you watch my previous videos, you know that I will never tell you this will last 6 months or 5 months. No, 3 months is healthy. 4 months is your hair grows slow and it's not matting or anything like that. It's very manageable. But for her, and I told her this, and her hair is fine. We can do maintenance on the top at about 6 to 8 weeks, and then, you know, 3 months, you know, to take down and redo everything.
Come on now. Come on, hair.
Let me turn you into the
Her
light so
hair,
she can see you
beautiful.
good.
Beautiful. Baby, you will see these edges.
Okay, let me take this off.
Oh, this is my sister. We gonna cut up.
It's so dramatic.
You know how we do. I love yours too, though. I had to let you see it before I left the shop. Your smile says it all.
Oh, I do. I like it.
Thank you.
Hey, let me see how the back is.
Boy, she gonna
I like
pull
okay, I
you
like
out.
that.
Sister. Ain't it? Dang. All you need is just go pop song with this.
You done did it again.
Why y'all doing that?
I love you. Talk to you later.
She got a whole new attitude now.
What?
You want to do the walk too? Right, now you got to do the walk off. Let me see the walk off. Okay.
Oh, my water. Sorry, y'all. My candy. I want all my stuff. Thank you.
That big bag is